The most powerful thing that you can do for the expansion of your own consciousness is to be who you truly are without wearing a mask, without succumbing to someone else's desire of what you should be, but to be who you truly are. And we're talking about letting your soul shine and not being afraid to share your light. And there's a lot of darkness in the world that likes to crush the light, that likes to squeeze out what we really are and expect that we conform to the reality that they want us to conform to, whether it be working where people want us to work or making a certain amount of money that people think we should be making for ourselves because they think that that's required to be a good citizen. They think that's required to be someone of value because their mind's gone. They have the archonic mind. They're getting their enjoyment off of controlling others because the darkness and dark people like to see people conform and like to see people live in fear, and they get off by controlling others if they're in a position where they can control others because they're not happy with who they really are. They're not happy with their lives. So we need to continue to not only become more independent from the grid, but become who we are more and more every single day. And to do that, we have to remember who we are. And we have to be willing to admit that we're a prisoner of our own mind, if we're not able to share our talents, share our gifts, share our joy, share our beauty, share our heart, and all the beauty and love that exists inside our heart. Wherever I go, people are judging me, trying to figure out what is in my DNA. Where am I from? In this area, Costilla County, there are very racist whites and very racist Spanish. And it's really starting to piss me off. And I'm just going to start, they're looking at me, I'm just going to turn and go, "Hey, how you doing?" No, I don't think I'm the guy you recognize. I don't think you recognize me. I don't think I'm him. Or if they ask me, "Where are you from?" I'm from Earth. Wow. Are you from Earth too? Because I've been looking for someone else from the same planet that I'm from. A sense of camaraderie that we're from the same planet. Yeah, I'm from Earth. Where are you from? Turn around on them. They'll be like, "Huh?" But they'll get it. They'll get it. There's no point in focusing and fixating on race. Yet so many people do because that's like that racist gene is inside them, constantly judge someone. "Ooh, he's not white enough." Or the Mexicans will look at me and go, "Ooh, he's not brown enough, but he's a little brown. Is he Spanish? Ah, we hate the Spanish. Spanish are conquerors, you know." Like I'm hearing the Spanish, you're like, "You're white." It's just like I can never fucking win. So part of my life experience is to be who I am and show my light, but also stand up to that fucking bullshit. Tell people to fuck off. And there's a lot of people out there that want to tell me, "No, Alex, you're not Afghani. You're white because you look white. Therefore, that we see that you have value." And they don't realize how racist they are by saying that. Like, no, I'm half Afghani. I'm half white. I will always be half Afghani. I will always be half white. I will always be a mix of the East and the West. And that's what makes me what I am, plus the soul that's in my body, all of it combined together. It makes me what I am. It makes me strong facing that type of a judgment. Because I know in my higher self, my higher consciousness, that these tribulations, the judgments I go through, it forces me to assert myself. "Hey, what are you fucking looking at?" "Yeah, you're looking at an earthling walking down the street. Nice to see you too." "No, no, I don't think you recognize me." "Hey, but I'd love to get to know you and share some of my ideas, some things that I talk about on my TV show, Outside the Box. You can check out my YouTube channel. Here's a card. Would you like to have a conversation?" "No?" "All right, cool. Well, you have a good day." And it's just like learning to assert myself. "Hey, how you doing?" "Nope, nope, not that guy, not that guy. But the name's Alex, Alex Ansary. Here's a card. Check out my YouTube channel." And I rarely do that. I rarely hand out my card because people check it out and they see me next year like, and there's like this guy that just moved in down the way. It's living in a tent. And when I met him, he's like, "So I saw you on YouTube, man. You're kind of a star," kind of in a real arrogant manner. "Wow, you're kind of out, so how do you make money, man?" How do I make money? How do you make money? Whose fucking business is it how I make money? Okay, I don't make very much money. I'm not as attached to material things as you. Does that answer your question? But I was polite. I was nice. But he's hanging out with the pedophile neighbor. And they're probably YouTube stalking my channel right now. But see, you've got to learn to be who you are. And I'm learning to be who I am. And face up to this darkness, the racism, the judgment, the hatred. Ooh, there's someone different in our mix. They look different. They sound different. Ooh, they're talking about freedom and consciousness. Ooh, let's place judgment on that. And see, when you start walking the spiritual path, dark forces will come like snakes from under the earth or, under wherever to fuck with you, to see if your heart is strong, to see if you will continue to persevere and be who you are, not be who they want you to be. And the world is so full of that bullshit. Be who we want you to be. Conform. Well, people conform all the time and they're not fucking happy. Look at all the pills people are taking. Look at how broke people are in the city. They can't contribute to podcasts like this. Oh, I'm so poor. I can't. I understand. Maybe you should think about leaving the grid someday if you're so indigent. So, it's more about leaving the grid. It's about being who you are, whatever you are, and identifying with the soul that's in you, not the color of your skin. But I'm not going to conform to what people want and just call myself white or Italian or whatever. I am what I am. Deal with it. I'm a unique breed of human. Admit it. I'm a new bloodline that the earth hasn't even seen yet. And there are many bloodlines that have come about throughout time that have come from the mixing of certain races on the earth. But how many times have you seen an Afghanistan human mixed with an American and you got a crossover and then you have a political activist just come out of it? Maybe there's something to that. Maybe there's something to the blood mixing and ideas being able to form that obviously don't seem to be forming in the Afghani's head and many, many Americans' minds. There's something about the bloodline that I should be proud of, that I represent. I'm not Afghani. I'm not white. I'm a new. Come up with the term in the comment section. But I know I'm something special, and I know that because of the knowledge and the light that I share, people hate that and they crush that. They try to, because they're not capable of creating their own podcasts. They're not capable of going out off the grid and living without government money or living without things of that nature, living without family, having your family disown you because you're a free-minded speaker. Both my mother, my father, everybody on my father's side, and quite a few people on my mother's side, they just don't talk to me like I'm not worthy of praise. That's fine. So I keep continuing to push forward despite all the shit I've been through in my life, because I'm still in a process of emerging, of sharing the information that's in my mind and in my heart. When I talk about male-female relationships, when I talk about the situation in the Middle East and how it's very bad karma for this country to run around killing millions of other people and expecting nothing to come about from it, it's dark. When I talk about my spiritual understandings, when I talk about the archonic forces, I'm being who I am. I'm accessing deeper levels of information, and I realize that I'm not alone on this planet doing this. There are many human beings that are waking up, that are breaking the chains. They're allowing people to say, go ahead, sticks and stones will break my bones, but names will never suppress my spirit. Names will never hurt me. And so I can get called every name in the book. People can post, you should get punched in the mouth for what you're saying on my YouTube channel. They could say whatever they want. Of course, no one ever says that in person. They never do. People, they just look at me like, they don't actually say anything. They only just sit there behind a computer and hate. I don't know how many people have seen that Chappelle episode where they had the players ball and everybody's like, hate. It's like that type of a shit. Like, people want to hate the open-minded thinker. People want to hate the person that goes out without any money and just says, I'm going to do something different. I have a dream. Like Martin Luther King had a dream, and Martin Luther King was assassinated. What people want to do is assassinate your character, talk shit about you, because, They're not going to assassinate you physically, but they will try to assassinate your energy. Let them. Become stronger. Develop those shields. You know, there's reasons why I put myself out there in these situations. I've come out here to the San Luis Valley without anything or anyone, and I've dealt with the bullshit that's out here, and yet I keep moving forward, and I can see positive things coming, especially this summer. And those that have kind of wanted me to leave the valley are just sitting there going, fuck, he's here, he hasn't left here, oh my God. It's not like I'm even doing anything to them or even talking to them, but they sit there and stalk my YouTube channel, and they're like, oh, we can't handle it, he's here. Why? Because my vibrational energy is so strong, they can feel it miles away. And because I represent something different, I have a different say on certain things, that it bothers them to such a degree that they don't even want that energy in the valley itself. Let them feel the way that they want to feel. You know, what I am certainly proud of is that I walk through this life without fear and without a gun. And if the Creator says, Alex, it's time for you to come home, hey, now I'm going to make another video where I elaborate on this concept. Then go ahead, Creator, take me home. I recognize that I am in a form of hell. This is not heaven. This is not a planet that's evolved to the next level. This planet and the men and women, the women and the men, are very, very sick, very hateful, very racist, very sexist. Every aspect of illusion of separation, every illusion of separation that you can imagine exists here in this free will experiment, in this spiritual biological matrix right here on Earth. So if it's time for me to go and someone's going to remove me from the planet because I'm being who I am, then go ahead, do it. If the Creator says it's time for me to go at the ripe old age of 33, hey, I've got my ticket right here. I've got my ticket right here, and I've got my bags packed. In fact, leave the fucking bags. You know, I'm ready to go home when it's time, because I do not recognize the Earth and Earth women and Earth men as my family. My family's somewhere else. I did something really fucked up to get sent to Earth. Earth is not a heavenly realm. If you think Earth is our heavenly realm, then you just got here from another form of hell. You just fucking came one level up the evolution, and you're like, God damn, it feels so good to be on Earth. Oh, Alex, just relax about all that shit. Aren't you glad we could just be on a planet where we can just involve ourselves in self-gratification? Self-gratification, really? That's why we're on Earth? That's your understanding, that we're just here to dance and spin around and around and go, la, 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 la. I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You're being negative, Alex. Oh, Earth is such an evolved place. No, it's not. Earth is a fucked up place. And what we've got to learn to do is expand our consciousness. And there's many ways to do that. And there's many tasks that are at our feet. A big part of the task at hand is to be ourself, to show that light, to evolve and not let anyone crush your light. Not your mother, not your father, not your sister, not your brother, not your employer, not your stalker, neighbor 3 miles down the way. Don't let anybody crush your spirit or attack who you are, because your soul cannot be destroyed by mortal men or mortal women that are filled with hatred, that are filled with a lust for blood. Even if they take your life, they will never take your soul. It's like that Braveheart. You know, they may take our lives, but they will not take our freedom. So we need to start applying these principles beyond, thinking about revolutions and protests in the New World Order. And we need to start being who we are in our relationships. We need to start keeping our spouses, if you do have a spouse that's controlling, in check. And you need to admit that you are a slave, you are a prisoner, if you succumb to the wishes and desires and manipulations of your male or female spouse. That is not what a free person, a free man, or a free woman, or a conscious human being would do. Allow other people to control their actions. Take off the mask and start to show the world incrementally who you really are. And then from that point, prepare yourself to yield the positive, heavenly results that come about from such enlightened activity. Thank you for watching.